And here is Commander Mark Kelly, our 134 mission commander, making his fourth flight on the space shuttle. He's logged a total of 38 days in space. His latest flight was in 2008 on STS-124. Going over to our pilot now, Greg Johnson. He's making his second space flight, previously also piloted on STS-123 in 2008. He's logged over 4,000 hours in 40 different type of aircraft. This is Mike Fink, Mission Specialist number 1. This is his third space flight, but his first space shuttle flight. He was launched previously from Russia on Soyuz spacecraft, and he's logged 365 days in space with over 26 hours on 6 spacewalks. Mission Specialist Greg Shamatoff. This is his second space flight, but he's already logged 183 days in space aboard the space station. He's Canadian-born from Montreal. And there's Drew Feustel, Mission Specialist number 3, making his second trip into space. He served as an astronaut for more than a decade, working on both the space shuttle and the space station branches in Houston. He flew on the 5th and final HST servicing mission. And Roberto Vittori. He's Mission Specialist number 2. He was selected as an astronaut by the European Space Agency. He's from Viterbo, Italy. And he has flown to the International Space Station twice.
CLS is clear for orbiter access on recheck.
Endeavour OTC, it's your final voyage. This is both a sad and proud moment for your launch team and for America, but your legacy will live on. Mission success with AMS, a truly international effort. Godspeed, and see you back in a couple of weeks.
Endeavour copies. Thanks for the words. Appreciate it.
Orbiter test conductor Mark Tappet from the United Space Alliance. Wishing the crew well. T-minus 3 minutes 30 seconds. Checking main engine steering. Verifying that the main engines now are in the start position. Pressurizing the liquid oxygen tank.
For ET LO2 pressurization.
I'll now be retracting the gaseous oxygen vent arm.
PLT OTC, clear caution and warning memory. Verify no unexpected errors.
PLT, that's in work. OTC, PLT, caution and warning memory is clear. No unexpected errors.
Copy that. Endeavour OTC, close and lock your visors. Initiate O2 flow.
Endeavour in work.
T-minus 2 minutes and counting.
VLS is go for ET LH2 pressurization.
One minute, 30 seconds.
Now arming the sound suppression water system.
One minute.
Closing the liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen fill and drain valves. Standing by for the handoff to Endeavour's onboard computers. T-minus 31 seconds and the handoff has occurred.
25. 20.
Firing chain is armed. Sound suppression water system is armed. Go for main start. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 0, and liftoff for the final launch of Endeavour. Expanding our knowledge, expanding our lives in space.
Houston, Endeavour, all program.
Roger, roll, Endeavour.
Houston is now controlling. Endeavour beginning to roll over onto its back. The roll program underway as Endeavour begins the heads down position on course for a 51.6 degree, 136 by 36 statute mile orbit. Three engines now throttling down as Endeavour passes through the area of maximum dynamic pressure on the vehicle in the lower atmosphere. Approaching 1 minute into the flight.
Endeavour, go at throttle up.
Roger, go ahead, throttle up.
Endeavour's three main engines now back at full throttle, all three engines in good shape. Endeavour's already traveling 1,300 miles per hour at an altitude of 11 miles downrange from the Kennedy Space Center, now 12 miles. At liftoff, Endeavour fully fueled, weighed 4.5 million pounds. It's already lost half that weight in propellant now, burned that weight. Next event is burnout and separation of the twin solid rocket boosters. That upcoming here shortly at the 2 minute 3 second point. Those boosters are burning 11,000 pounds of fuel per second. And standing by for separation of the solid rocket boosters. The onboard guidance system has done its job of settling out any dispersions introduced at booster separation. The orbiter is now traveling 3,200 miles per hour, downrange 50 miles, altitude 37 miles. All systems in good shape. Three good hydraulic systems, auxiliary power units, and fuel cells. The fuel cells providing electrical power to all of the systems.
Roger, two engine down.
Endeavour can reach a TAL site in the event of a single engine failure. However, all three are in good shape. Space Shuttle Endeavour sailing into fair winds on its final historic voyage. This view looking down the external fuel tank, the orbiter there on the top, as Endeavour continues to power its way into orbit, traveling 4,000 miles per hour, downrange 90 miles, altitude 50 miles. 3 minutes, 15 seconds into the flight.
Speed. And there's a referred camera view of the Space Shuttle Endeavour as it's coming in for a landing. Gear down and locked. Main gear touchdown. Drag chute deployed by Greg Johnson. Forward gear touchdown. And so after a journey of 6.5 million miles, Endeavour landing in darkness, but illuminated by the ingenuity, dedication of every astronaut, scientist, engineer, flight controller, mechanic, and dreamer that helped it fly. The fleet's youngest ship completing its 122 millionth mile after its crew delivered an instrument to the International Space Station that will sift through the cosmic darkness for years to come.
Houston, Endeavour, we'll stop.
122 million miles flown during 25 challenging space flights. Your landing ends a vibrant legacy for this amazing vehicle that will long be remembered. Welcome home, Endeavour.
Yeah, thank you, Houston. You know, the Space Shuttle is an amazing vehicle to fly through the atmosphere, hit it at Mach 25, steer through the atmosphere like an airplane, land on a runway. It is really, really an incredible ship. On behalf of my entire crew, I want to thank every person that's worked to get this mission going, and every person that's worked on Endeavour. It's sad to see her land for the last time, but she really has a great legacy.
And so the Space Shuttle Endeavour touching down at Kennedy Space Center on time at 1:35 a.m. Central Time, 2:35 a.m. Eastern. Commander Mark Kelly guiding it to a very gentle touchdown on runway 15 at Kennedy Space Center Shuttle Landing Facility.